Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy V, the Four Job Fiesta. In last episode, Angels and his friends got the first three legendary weapons. The Mazmune, that's a sword for a katana for the samurai. The Apollo's harp, harp for the bard. And the Wonder Wand, which is a wand that increases the elemental damage. That'll go to our red mage. So, we skipped the Night Sword, the Excalibur, because we got some enemies coming up that are strong against Holy, so Excalibur's a holy weapon. We'll get it next time. But before we go to the second elemental dungeon, the Wind Dungeon, to get another tablet, we're going to go hunting for all the sea creatures in this world. So, the sea creatures in this world, the new ones, they don't give any experience, but they give a lot of ability points, so it'll be a good way to get some jobs. I'll actually master Knight with Cara and Samurai with Faris during this little grind. So the first thing here is we're going to land over here by this tower in the desert there. And if you run into enemies that are basically the first wall type enemies, you're in the right place. We're going to find this stingray here. It's going to take a really long time, so I sped it up to 5 times the battle speed just to take this guy out. If you have a blue mage, level 3 flare is really good on him. If you have a blue mage, you want to control him or get him confused so that he casts the big guard spell on you. Basically casts float, haste, and shell and armor on you. So gives you like 4 good status increases. So here, since we don't really have all those abilities, we're just mainly hoping to take him out with the Venom spell. We cast Venom on him. Every time that poisons him, it takes off 1,875 hit points. In the meantime, we'll just attack him with some elemental spells. Faris has been singing the whole time, making it faster. Another thing you notice, all the characters are glowing yellow. Except for Faris. That's because I put the armor spell on them. This guy hits pretty hard, so even in the back row, you may not be able to keep up with healing if you don't put that armor spell on everyone. So that basically doubles our defense. And like I said, it's just a matter of time before we take this guy out. So yeah, there's a lot of these water enemies, sea enemies that surprisingly aren't weak to bolt. So that kind of is going to slow down things. He sometimes poisons you with his fin attack, but hey, we poison him. And we get 20 battle points, ability points, so. Alright. So there was where Wars was at, so we're gonna go to Carwin. There was a treasure chest we couldn't get in Carwin the first time we visited there. But now there's guys gonna be gone out of the way so we can pick it up. Unfortunately, there's gonna be no treasure in it because it's one of those treasure chests that Lone Wolf steals. So we'll get his card anyway, but. So, surprisingly, a lot of the folks, a lot of the dialogue doesn't change. So, a desert appeared to the west, it's scary. The purple flowers of what mountain of portions? Yeah, we already know that. That's an old dialogue. The crystal shadow. I wonder what will happen next. Yeah, well. This kid here. Same thing. This lady here is a new lady, and she's gonna be a clue about something, another little side quest we can do. So there used to be a fisherman there blocking the way, but now that he's gone, we can head up there, grab that card. It will be a cottage. I wonder what that tall tower is up here in the desert. So that'll be for later on. We can't get to the desert. I'll show off a little bit later. The desert, there's nowhere to land. There's no grass to land on. So the only way to get there is we're gonna have to get a black chocobo to land in one of the forests near the North Mountain. So that lady who first saw the Hiryu in the first world, now she saw Bomb. I keep saying weird things. Something about a dragon. Yeah, that was Bomb, I remember. We unsealed him when we finished the pyramid, the Earth Dungeon. So that guy, the green hair, he said there was a mimic who wanted to go to War's Tower, but the War's Tower sank, and this guy says, hey, we can go to War's Tower if we had a submarine. Well, they used to have a submarine back in the other world, in Gallup's world, so maybe we'll get one again in this world. But let's talk with this lady here, who's not really a lady. Do I look like a woman? What do you think of my disguise? Yeah, no matter, the character will always, mimic the character that you are. So if you are angels, you know, he'd appear as angels. So, but that's that mime that someone was saying in there. So that mime wants to go to War's Tower. And if he has a submarine, he can get in there, but we don't have one. I don't know if he has one. But yeah, there's the North Mountain. We know where to land. We'd have to land in that forest over there to the right. And from there we can get to that other new tower too. So, well, let's head on to the south here. Hey, there's a tower. Let's go check that out. And then we're gonna go check out Crescent over there, because we almost are a piano master. So let's go talk with a bard. But well, we can't get in this tower. There's a barrier blocking the way. We'll find a way to knock that barrier down a little bit. But let's go talk with the folks here in Crescent. Hey, there's Mid. The town of Mirage that appears in the forest? Nah, it's only a rumor. We'll learn about that later on. We'll learn the exact location of that later too. A tower suddenly appeared on top of a catapult. It's just been trapped inside. Uh-oh. Gonna have to get rid of that tower. There's no pole in the tower. The right tower is the tower of power. Your magic won't do a thing. Now the sword won't grow anything anymore. I guess because the crystal shattered. This other lady's gonna give another clue about the other side of the tower. There's no pole in the tower. The left tower is the tower of magic. Your strength won't do a thing. Sometimes I hear unusual sounds coming from the ground. It's scary. You see, a town like an illusion appears in the forest. Could it be true? Strange tower appeared. What's going on? Well, that tower that we couldn't get into, it's called the Fork Tower, and it has two forks in it. Well, it has one fork in it, so you can go to the left, right, or on the right side. You're gonna have to send two characters, or one character up at least each side, so figure you can do two per side. The left side, you can only use magic, and the right side, you can only use physical attackers. And they punish you if you try to do the other thing, So if we play 7 pianos, we talk with the bard. After we play the piano, he's inspired and he teaches us the power song. It's like the speed song and the mana song. The singer will keep singing until they get hit in battle, and it gradually increases the character's power. It's not the ultimate song. We'll get that when we learn the 8th piano. Where's the 8th piano? Well, it's going to be in that Mirage town that we got a little bit of information about. We can go to that Mirage town now, but I'm going to wait until we get all the clues to tell you how to get there. So I want to save my game because there's some enemies in this little lake here that are really, really tough. They're easy to find in the lake, so that's why I'm going to take them out here. Please tell us more about the Elementalists. Elementalists use nature to their advantage. They aren't hurt by damage tiles and they can evade traps. Please tell us more about the dwarves. I'll have to come back and talk with them to tell them more about the dwarves, but we'll learn about dwarves a little later too. So the dwarves tie into that Mirage town a little bit. So, but anyway, yeah, those monsters in the lake, they actually defeated me once. They kind of ambushed me, and so that's why I figured I'd just reset after making that safety save, and I would stay at the inn here to heal up. Because one of the enemies is called the Big Bird, and it's not like Big Bird on Sesame Street. This one's really mean and tough, and it has a tendency to spam the Breath Wing, which takes off 1/4 of your character's max hit points. So if you get ambushed by that, it'll probably start a battle with it, and then this next turn it'll use it again, so you've lost half your hit points. I didn't enter the thing with. Yeah, see, it started right away, use that Breath Ring. And it's accompanied by 2 of the Sea Devils there. We'll throw some money. These guys, they give a lot of money too. Just no experience. The bird is kind of pretty strong to charming, but sometimes you could get the charm to work. If you do get the charm to work, that's good, because it'll either use the Breath Wing on itself, which takes up a good chunk of its hit points. It'll use a stone spell on itself, or the worst case scenario, it'll just hit itself and you'll have to charm it again. But we got lucky, it turned itself to stone. And those are the 2 type of enemies that we can find in this little lake. And then we're going to fly over, and this is going to be an annoying section. We're going to be in the southwestern section of the map to encounter some enemies around here, so it's kind of annoying. It took quite a while for me to find all these enemies. I cut off about 20 minutes of battles. What I basically did was, like, I got into a battle, cut it out, and then I cut as many battles as I could in between until when I got the next battle of a new monster. So there was maybe like 4 or 5 battles in between the last battle that I cut out and this battle that I'm going to come in here. And that's how I did it all the time, to just save time, so we can only be watching the battles where I encounter new enemies. So here's the new one, sea scorpions. They like to run away. We can charm them pretty easily. Luckily, they are weak to lightning, though, so we can take them out pretty quickly with lightning. See, the Apollo's Harp actually does some pretty decent damage, so... Yeah, they like to run away, so yeah, even charmed, their AI will say, hey, let's run away. Whoop, he ran away. Oh well. But, still get some good ability points there. Okay, so we're going to be down here in the lower corner there. I'm just going to hunt around for some monsters. There's quite a few around here, and they're kind of annoying. So, one of them is really annoying, so I'll be fast-forwarding it, just like I did with that stingray. And we'll see that when it comes up. But there's 4 new monster types we want to run into down here. So that was not one of them, but we're going to run into one now here. Like I said, I just cut out quite a few battles in between. Because like I said, I don't want to waste all your time here. But here's a new guy, the Armon, which is like a red sea hag from Final Fantasy 1. A little bit tougher. It's weak to lightning. Pretty good. But as you see, they don't get any experience, but we all get, like I said, a lot of job points from these creatures. So it'll help build up our jobs. So, although we're now going to run into a roadblock eventually, because everybody got to master the red mage job, and that takes so long to master. Because with that 999, just mastering that final ability, the red mage costs more than, the knight and the samurai, and say the knight and the knight or samurai combined with the bard. So you're going to get to a point where somebody's going to have to hanging out in a job that they've already mastered. But alright, here's that annoying enemy, the Sylvoon. We want to poison it just like we did with the stingray, and that'll take off a good chunk of its hit points every so often. This thing can be annoying because it can use that zombie breath, use quite a few different status effects. So, like I said, it gives a good amount of gold, but no experience points, so it's not really good to level up here in the sea, because you only level up your jobs. Now, you could beat the game with low levels without your jobs. Job abilities seem to be more important than actual levels, but it always helps to get levels, so... But... Just having Cara guard there. She kind of hits pretty hard. She's like a lady floating in a bunch of flowers. There's quite a few palette swaps of her later on that we'll see. They're equally annoying. So... 25 job points. Faris finally masters the samurai job. She'll be turned into a knight as soon as Cara masters the knight job, and she's only 1 or 2 points away from it, so one more battle, which is good because we just have one more new enemy to encounter in this area. So I'll be able to switch out jobs. Yeah, Cara needs one more to master the knight. We'll master that in when we get to our next battle. We don't have to cut out any battles here, which is nice. So you run into these jellyfish. So, kind of weak. I just wanted to get rid of them because I was so tired of fighting at this point. I just throw a bunch of money at them. Finish them off. But you could just hit them with lightning. You have a lightning, like a lit 3 with a black mage, or Ramu with a summoner. That should take them out easy. Ninjas can throw the lightning scrolls. So now we'll just switch Faris and Cara their jobs up. Faris will now be our knight. Cara will now be our samurai. And we'll start working on those jobs. Lenna will master Bard pretty soon. He only has 60 more points. Yeah, Bards, everyone's gonna master that real quick. So She'll be stuck with Bard while everybody else is mastering jobs. But everybody's gonna be stuck like that in a while, so. Yeah. Lenna hasn't mastered any jobs yet. So, but she's the closest to mastering the Red Mage, so. Alright, well, let's we'll finish off this episode. We got a little bit more time. We'll head up to Jakol here real quick, talk to these people around here, get some more information. And then next episode we'll head back and get back on our quest to get the second tablet. The castle suddenly appears to the north. What in the world is this? Some people saying the same thing a lot. A lot of people saying the same thing, I mean. That castle that appeared up north is Ball Castle, Gallus Castle. And remember that old wall that led to a dead end in the first world? Well, spoiler, that will now lead to the basement in Gallus Castle that we couldn't get through that one door. That's how we're going to get into that, behind that door. We're going to go through that passage, but we're not going to go there right away. We're going to, instead, I'm going to be basically doing like a elemental dungeon, then between elemental dungeons, do like little side quests. So I'm not doing all the elemental dungeons and the side quests all one after another, so kind of split things up a little bit. Have you heard of History Falls? Yeah, we kind of went there. Unfortunately, the town of History is gone, but we'll actually be able to get into History Falls later on. That's the water dungeon. He kept saying, you know, hey, there's a place behind the waterfall. That's it. So, the fourth tablet dungeon. Although you can do the third and the fourth tablet dungeon in any order. You don't have to do the third one third, based on the way the sealed book told us. So, there are a lot of tricks and mechanisms to see. Somebody said something new here. It gives a clue about the whole thing with the getting to Castle Bow. But now the strange castle appeared. Yes, that's your kind of clue. Hey, maybe we should go try that, climbing that wall again. Because that guy said, hey, now the castle appeared, though. That's your little clue to head back there and do it again. So, like I said, we'll go back there a little later. We're going to get back on task and go to the elemental dungeon, the Wind Shrine. Just to the east, to the south of Tycoon Castle. So take care, see you next episode. Bye!